Hello everybody and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 16, still no tickets, Week 3! Today, with me here, we have the Doctor of Dota, Randy.
I don't know if you said something, but you
Yeah,
cut
Discord,
out, so yes, I'm here.
Yeah, Discord is kind of...
That was a pretty long cutout.
Yeah, that was like Discord... It's been doing that recently. It's been like, I don't know if it's been like memory leaking, something in a Discord update screwed it up, and now it's been doing the weird like 2 or 3 minute hang thing again. But it's okay, because with me here is the Doctor of Dota, Randy.
Yes, I'm here now.
Taking a look at the Dusty lineup, taking on the Roxy lineup. Both of these teams, let's just call a spade, some need of reform, I think. Both of these teams have had...
everything this season.
That's not very nice. What about the Reedy team, or the Cranberry Sprite team?
I don't think I've seen them.
Well, there you go. Pudge Timber, immediately knocked out here. Very interesting. Appear to be specifically banning Vex, who is standing in on the Dusty lineup.
Does Vex play Timber? I guess maybe he does.
I think everybody plays Timber now. Feels like one of the best offlanes in the game. A lot of people are running it as a meme mid. Techie's picked up first. Mother to follow.
The Vex Brood? Let's go.
Oh my god. It's season 14 all over again. You know, Dusty once called the Vex Brood a meme as well, speaking of memes. He was like,
it might
Vex
be less
Brood's
of a meme now that it's like 10
seconds remaining.
I think it's above 50% win rate.
Yeah, it is in that exclusive club of above 50s. Speaking of above 50s, Medusa Spiritbreaker knocked out. Not a bad pair of heroes to knock out first against this team. That's two very good heroes right now, and it's also two heroes that this Roxyroro team has been picking literally every series so far. And it's like, you could counter the Medusa, you could easily put Medusa into a very unfortunate scenario. We saw that at the end of game 2, but it's like, do you want to just sit there and run like the Dark Seer Anti-Mage every single game? Do you really want to do that? Is that how you want to spend your Sunday evenings? Probably not.
Dire team back.
I think pretty much any team that runs early enough can counter a Medusa at this point. Like, if your team is online before Medusa comes online, then just
keep in mind,
and then she can't 1v5 you.
Yeah, she is still the second highest win rate in the game, and considering how low the pick rate is for the actual #1 hero, you can say that probably feasibly, realistically, she is still on top. She's not unsinkable anymore, but you do very much have to, I think, still engineer your whole playstyle, whole scenario around her.
10 seconds.
It's not great. Adam has picked himself quite early here, which is interesting. In the first couple of weeks, it was very notable that Adam would kind of sit until the very end of the cycle. He would sit till the end of the rotation, usually pick himself last or second to last. And as a result, he would soak up a lot of bans, particularly in this round. This time he's saying, no, I'm confident. I'm bringing out the Ember Spirit. I'm bringing it early. He is not too afraid of the Maniac mid, it seems. I think that's probably for the best in this team. I think Adam picking early on this lineup is very rarely going to do you wrong, because even if the enemy team gets like a very direct counter to Adam at mid, I would say the only guys this season that are going to be that much of a threat to him are Autobahn Bismarck, the Carp, maybe the J-Bay. And even then, it's still, like, they have to actually counter it out, which you know Otto's not going to do. Otto's just going to pick whatever he wants. So that's off the list. It is definitely, it seems to me, like, in this season, Adam definitely has the liberty to pick whenever he wants to. Decky Zimber, not a bad starting lineup here.
Ember Spirit at 8. That's all I have to say about that.
Good one.
Dire team back.
Good Dynamite says, why ban Pudge when Brood is available? Well, sometimes it's more about making sure that Vex doesn't have fun.
Radiant team back.
Well, I do imagine that the Pudge was mostly there to specifically pick to protect the Ember Spirit. I don't know if he cares that much about the Brood. Maybe the non-Vex Broods in the audience, but not the Vex Brood. He does not typically, despite the fact that that was what Dusty gave him crap for, Vex is not usually a fan of the Orchid Broodmother. Of course, Ember Spirit's not really a fan of Bloodseeker. More of a fan of Bloodseeker, I guess less of a non-fan than most of his contemporaries, but still not much of a fan. You know, you don't want to get awkwardly silenced as the Ember Spirit. You don't want your mobility to literally be reduced to your ult as Ember Spirit, because that can get you in trouble very quickly. It's not like Ember Spirit's off the field with a Bloodseeker pick, but it is something that's probably going to annoy Adam in this game. Sven coming up. Sven,
realistically, you pick a Slark and Ember, right? Like that's the accepted puzzle, and I guess whoever's playing puzzle on Dusty team didn't want to do that.
I mean, it's not necessarily mutually exclusive here. Yeah, you can...
It could be Bloodseeker mid.
Yeah, it could be Bloodseeker mid, Brood 3 is the most likely outcome here. Or it could potentially be the opposite of that if they want to run the Broodmother mid classic.
Yes, that.
Everybody loves. Yep,
one of the hero who hits you hard. Can't take the game late against.
One of the heroes I think Roxy has had the most success on in his stint as a Pause 1 so far. It has been noticeable. Roxy has been, like some of his other Pause 1 contemporaries this season, who are basically just having to pick up the role out of nowhere. He has seen some improvement on the guy in the last couple of weeks. It's hard to deny that. Gyrocopter coming up. Hard to deny that. And Sven is one of the heroes where he's definitely had some success. You've got the Gyro up here, which is going to be a little annoying for the Bloodseeker, assuming it's a support Gyro, which, I mean, why wouldn't it be? I don't think anybody's faking Gyro Core right now.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, because it's awful.
Meth, don't show up in my chat. You're playing a game. You goddamn... I've been, You guys want to hear some deep stream insights here?
Yeah.
I've been working with the Matty Boy team more and more recently. I've been getting sucked into the like hole. So if you're wondering who the Anani is secretly going to be fucking a unbiased commentator team is this season, it's those guys. Jakiro coming up. Do I like the Jakiro here? I think it's fine. I think that's an alright pick here. In particular...
Yes, because Sven is not a mobile... I guess he is a little mobile, but he's not the type of carrier where you want to be moving around. You just want to, like, press R, stun a bunch of people, and then sit there and kill them.
Yeah, with the Jakiro, he's able to make a pretty big part of every fight a pretty bad no-go zone, which Sven doesn't like. And you'll definitely have the occasional moments of the Ice Path just kind of coming out from fog, taking the Ember Spirit by surprise as well. So I think Jakiro is very rarely an outright bad hero. It's kind of rare that he's an outright good hero, but I think this time he's on the softer side of good. Roxy, leaving their Pause 3 pick for last. Last week, Diva D picked Winter Wyvern in what looked like a kind of rough Winter Wyvern game and actually did pretty well with it, which signals to me that some more unorthodox Pause 3s are on the table for this team. Definitely be interesting to see if that trend continues, or they're going to be trying to go back to the more traditional, like, Dawnbreaker on this guy, for example.
Or picking a Pause 1 last and putting him on Sven.
Yeah, that could also be true. But I don't think I would do that. I think I am A-okay with Roxy on Sven this game.
Radiant team pick.
Okay.
Doom, huh?
Doom.
That's interesting. I I don't think I like him much here. I think this is one of the teams where it's like by the time you doom somebody, it's gonna be kind of awkward. It's only really that great
10
against the Brood
seconds
Mother.
remaining.
Like, you know, Bloodseeker,
5
all of
seconds
Bloodseeker's
remaining.
buttons are probably going to be used pretty early in a fight. And
Yes.
you're going to occasionally catch him with that early doom, but I feel like it's going to be easier said than done with the Jakiro and the Visage and the Broodmother on his team, and he's a big speedy dude who can just kind of pop out from fog all of a sudden, right? It's going to be a little hard to use this game, at least so far. Maybe that was more of like a soft ban for whatever is going to be coming out last year, which could be pause 1 or pause 3 depending on how they want to run the Bloodseeker. Interestingly, they seem to be assuming that it's going to be like a Brood Mid or something and have banned supports. And they were right, okay. How are these cores going to be played then? Who's going to be picking what?
We're picking core, support. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Don't see that often.
So, Bloodseeker's going to be mid. Are we going to have a pause 1 Broodmother? I mean, Vex is standing in for the pause 1, but I didn't expect him to actually do it. Okay.
That's pause 1 Brood, yeah. Well, it's the universal hero, so it's possible, you know?
Yeah, there you go. I really...
Any universal hero can be played pause 1, except for techies.
In the capacity of a support in this game, I actually really like this Grimstroke. This looks like an awesome Grimstroke game. You've got the funny double rupture, you've got the ability to keep people tightened up during it, you've got the double play on Visage skills, on most of Broodmother's items are probably going to be targets. You've got that awkward silence on the Doom, and you've got some great guys to put the Inkswell on, so I think this is a very good pick. Even though this Dusty lineup looks rough, I do like it in a lot of ways. There's a lot to like here, even if there is a lot to dislike. Kind of feel the same way about the Dire as well, except for the Doom. I feel like the Doom's a little like the Grimstroke did not help. Doom hates seeing this guy. One of the worst things for him, because he attacks so slow. If you get the silence... Oh, excuse me. If you get the silence on the Doom, it is pretty unlikely that he actually gets to take the thing off.
Prepare for battle.
Good luck, have fun.
What, the Matty Boy game's happening at 6:30? Jesus.
Wow.
Good Dynamite also points out too greedy. I mean... okay, Barrel Rider starting off strong with some all chat here.
Brood and BS both just run away with their Doom. This is true. Yeah, I don't know. It's not like an outstanding Doom turret in this team, if I'm being honest.
No. I think the best strategy for Doom here is keep it halal and chat, my brothers. Oh, London spotted. I think maybe the ideal strategy for Doom is just pretend that you're not Doom. Have this just be a like an additional part of your kit. Have this as an option rather than what you're making the hero about, and just go off of the rest of your kit. Just try to be a big tanky guy who right clicks people and can also silence you if he wants. Which is, I mean, it's a very hard sell on Doom. I would kind of rather have like a lot of other guys, to be honest with you, but you can do it at the very least.
The battle begins.
2 for 2. Less. Okay, that's
Yep.
2 for 2.
Just 2 for 2. I guess hypothetically, it's like as far as the greed factor, hi Roche. As far as the greed factor goes,
This is X off lane. Dusty is playing bottom. Interesting.
What? Alright, Visage pause 1, I guess. Fascinating. Oh, right.
We're just playing Bloodseeker pause 1 from mid. That's what they're doing. We're doing this.
Yeah, that's what I assume, yeah. I don't know why we don't do Bloodseeker pause 1 from... I guess Dusty probably doesn't want to go mid. I don't know, whatever, it's weird. Now it's time for everyone's favorite part of the cast. It's the roll call. So, for the Dusty team, pause 1, captain of the team on the Visage, you've got Dusty. surprisingly. Pause 2 on the Bloodseeker. You've got Maniac, who is participating in Grief or Madness this season. Pause 3 standing in for the normal Pause 1, who isn't here again, who has seriously only attended one game so far this season, including scrims. You've got Vex. Greg, can we get this guy replaced already? Seriously, how many games must this man fail to attend? Pause 4, you've got Barrel Rider on the Grimstroke, getting donked by the rocket here. And pause 5, you've got Bliss, who used to rhyme with Chris, now rhymes with nothing at all on Jakiro. On the other side of the coin, with Team Roxy, pause 1, you have Sven, being played by the man himself, the captain of the team, whose courier just took a dirt nap. Roxyroro, who, okay, he might be taking a dirt nap. This is dangerous.
Yeah,
First blood for Broommother, first blood on the Vex, who dies in mere seconds, but who cares? Then
okay, so
Roxy's
Brood Grimstroke combo kind of insane looking.
Yeah, I've always said, when it comes to the Inkswell and the Grimstroke, you're always better off going from 0 to 1 than from 1 to 2. And one of the heroes that maybe most encapsulates that idea is the Broodmother, who is a very ridiculous combo. Fills in a lot of ways for everything she's missing, and she can very easily use her skills to get aggressive and right in people's faces. So, good pick decision here all around on this Grimstroke. Starting to look better and better. Vex starting to look more and more missile. More and more stunned.
Oh, okay.
Oh man.
Wow. You got him?
He swallowed a bug, that's ironic.
Oh, Roxy get the last slap.
No, Roxy stopped to get rid of the Silence Ghost, which is interesting. I think he probably could have gotten Brood if he just ignored it and just kept going, but he did not want to run the risk, I suppose. It's a really good comment. I mean, just think of this, right? Who's another 0 to 1? You got the Bloodseeker, but the Inkswell on him, and that's really nasty. Who's another 0 to 1? I mean, arguably the Visage. I mean, you have the Visage Lings, but when it's just the Visage himself, until you get the ability to turn yourself into a statue, which is not something you want to be using as just a casual stun anyway, you know, stick it on this guy, or even the Visage Lings to make things fun. Stun is not the friendliest thing to use in the world if you want to follow it up with damage. Stick it on that. Very nice. Vex gets stunned.
Well, I guess.
I wonder what Randy just guessed. We'll never know. Mid matchup is pretty equal, which is a little surprising. Bloodseeker ahead on last hits and denies, not by a huge amount, but enough to get him just a bit of a level here. Pages went mid to try and gank for Adam, I believe, or just secure Rune, more likely.
She was getting chased by Bliss, so like trying to get away, I assume, and just got like the very edge of a dual breath.
I like the twin flying guys safe lane here.
Pretty good.
Man, just think, there are people who are watching this video right now, watching this cast live instead of doing their math homework. Gonna fail at this rate.
Bouncy.
Saj getting hit with this mine here. Please stop, says Maniac.
I have failed.
Poor Dusty.
Okay.
Okay, oh man, Vex. Vex, the insatiable hunger, trying
Nice
desperately
deal.
to keep on.
Nice.
Oh man.
What a player.
And he gets tipped. Bro, my pause 4 is trying to be in my pause 3. Do you remember when Tranquil Boots just had the ability to like do a salve? Yeah.
Carry his bottom. It's very good.
Paige is I'm making a sole assumption about Pages. This is a very rough lane for her. Seems like every time I see her, she's at either low health or dying, and it's kind of the same for the Doom. Doom does have a decent amount of last hits here. He is competitive with the enemy pause 1, but like,
impressive as the original.
he's having to walk away a lot and things of that nature. Not the
You
best.
also
in the
have a
world.
spell that just gets you less hit, so...
Pages took the water rune, I believe, at bot.
Maybe like remove based on devour cooldown however many creeps he's devour, and that's like his real amount of less hits, maybe.
I don't know, she,
Not
guess
sure.
she
It
just
doesn't have
munched
plenty
on
of
it.
knives,
Okay.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
While we weren't looking, Barrel Rider TP'd out to mid and
This reward
got
transcends
Bloodseeker a kill with the
expectation.
Rupture. And that reward transcended expectation. Okay. Well, this is starting off basically as well as possible for Maniac here. Even with a decent matchup, I think what? What the hell? The fight at the Wisdom Room. Pagers takes the
some
wisdom, but Jakiro takes her
wisdom rune.
life.
Wisdom rune battling, yeah.
0%
Keep back to base.
seeing the kill
Easy.
so far. Yep. It's not true we saw this kill up here at top.
See you later, nerds.
See ya later, nerds. That kind of sounds like Bliss a little bit. I mean, it's not Bliss, but it's like, it kind of sounds like his voice a little
Is
bit.
under attack.
It would be
Bliss,
funny if he got a line in the game, but no, it's not Bliss. It's just a guy who kind of sounds like him. Anyway.
How many pros do you think you use their own voice lens? Is that like playing your requesting your own music at a club? Roxy,
Yeah, getting bullied up here at top.
I'm in trouble
Oh,
right now.
uh-oh, Barrel hit the wrong person with the ink swell. Doesn't matter. It's a kill anyway.
Does not matter.
Is under
Yeah.
attack.
The last hit chart makes this game looks kind of equal, but if you look at the net worth chart, it tells a very different story. So far, this is just very laterally in favor of Team Dusty. The only person falling behind is the man himself. Everybody else is doing just fine.
Under attack.
Barrel Rider gets caught trying to. Why is he there? That is a little weird. Barrel Rider gets caught trying to ward up around the. Goddamn! I just can't see anything happening this game. I'm blind.
I did
Dire's
see that one. I
middle
was
tower
watching
is under attack.
Ari's movement down here.
That's Adam, I think.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom
I'll
tower
no,
call
we-
him by
is
his
under
name
attack.
in game. Pretty nice.
I didn't do the rest of the roll call because Roxyroro got killed. Okay. Pause 2. You've got Adam, aka Ari, aka Abforum. Pause. Oh my god. Roxyroro just getting smashed to pieces again. Now
My
Black Otter
God.
is in the fall guy position.
You just have to not be in this lane anymore, I think.
No. If there's one thing that I think is
Never refuse.
kind of a universal constant in this particular patch, there are just some times where you just have to stop being in a lane. Like, if a lane is going badly for you in this patch, you've just got to learn to let it go and figure out how to overcome it. Jesus Christ. This is such a bloodbath. 10-3.
Dire's top
So she,
tower is under attack.
Dives in with the blast off to save DVD there.
That's good.
It was probably gonna get
Dire's
gone on and
bottom
killed
tower
by these
is
two
under attack.
deceptively dangerous heroes.
At this point, I'm just having to keep watching that those health bars at the top of the screen like a hawk.
2v2
Yep.
mid lane.
Did a great double rupture here.
Double rupture. Nice,
The
nice.
gyrocopter almost decides to kill himself, but these two alone can't
Sure.
finish this job. They're both too low.
Yikes,
The reward
yeah,
transcends expectation.
Got kind of wrecked by
Rex
that.
coming in from the top.
Alright.
Dire's
Coming in
from the
bottom
jungle.
tower has fallen.
Vex says, "Give me that kill."
Yep. Taking the Ember Spirit would have been very nice, but it also would have been very unlikely in this specific circumstance. And Ember Spirit now rolling him himself
What?
into this lane. Oh man, just shredding Bliss.
Burn away your ignorance.
The net
Got the silly net.
plus the doom.
Doom, yeah. Doom out on Dusty.
silence.
Good dodge there of
Wait,
Pages'
what's
blast away. It's going to mean at least a kill is going to be possible here before Dusty goes down. Not an equivalent exchange, not by any
Dire's
regard,
middle
but
tower is under
not the
attack.
worst thing in the world. Jakiro's showing up to try and flush out down here. I just noticed that Barrel's clan is hell. Probably was last time too, but I think it's worth pointing out.
No, KD says
Dire's middle tower
he's
is
doing
under
both,
attack.
thank you. Professional multitasker. I still read the math don't work.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's gonna be full of errors. You're just gonna be putting Ember Spirit in as your answer. I mean,
True.
Black Otter, once again, just getting preyed upon by this
Man,
Broom
but
Mother.
it's- Vex is out of mana.
But he's not out of webs.
Yes.
He
Oh.
is gonna get a good juke there. Adam tries to follow him further. Has nowhere to go. Pages gets a free Invis rune.
Adam
Vex
kind
gets it
of
again.
got unintentionally Greeked by the fact that he had another remnant out, I feel like. Like, this is the extra split second he spent, flying around.
Did not get grief that time.
Dire's
The
middle tower is under
Jakiro had a good idea there to try and throw out the ice bath, but it was just a few seconds too late. Seeker
They
is
know
quite close to
where
mid.
Roxy
attack.
is.
Are scanning.
Invade the sanctity of this GG jungle.
Yeah, they know where Roxy is, but sadly they're running the wrong way to try and find him.
Mine.
I'll give you a hint.
Roxy
Oh my god.
immediately gets out of there.
Grimstroke's courier almost got killed by the creeps. I'll give you a hint. If Paz1 is feeling really oppressed, and he probably is going to be in this in a series that looks like this, he's on the side of the GG jungle closest to his base. He is probably not going to feel even adventurous enough to go out and do the Roche camps. Maybe once in a
Radiant's
while.
bottom tower is under
Well,
attack.
good money says if those camps are available, he's there.
Vex.
Characopter gonna get gone on again.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
as predicted once long
Roxy.
ago, we've got the Doom on the Broom Mother, who actually
Oh,
just
no.
doesn't even care and is fighting through it anyway.
Oh no!
The Grimstroke ult finds two
Rampage for
different
Dusty,
targets.
do it!
Page is going to go down there. No hope for the Rampage
Maniac.
anymore.
Radiant
4
courier
for
has been
one
killed.
courier. That's what
Dire's
happened in
middle
that
tower
particular
is under
fight.
attack.
That's a bit disastrous, yeah.
Yeah, this is looking really tough.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Astoundingly, Vex is not immediately going for Harpoon,
Fortified.
even though that's the exact sort of thing that he would do, and Dusty would call him a meme for it. Oh man, Bloodseeker's so thirsty, appropriately enough. As I was trying to say
From this level.
many moons ago, and got interrupted by the game
Radiant's
going
bottom
on.
tower is
Kind of
under
a
attack.
dream match for Maniac here.
Dire's middle
Even
tower
with
is under
a
attack.
vaguely favorable matchup, I don't think anybody looks at Adam and looks at Maniac and says, "Oh yeah, Maniac's the favorite here." Let's just make one thing clear: he's a very distinct
Radiant's
underdog in this
bottom tower
matchup,
is under attack.
and actually did
Dire's
a
middle
pretty good
tower
job in the
has
lane.
fallen.
He's been doing a pretty good job so far in the game. So, definitely a standout performance so far in this season for him. Bliss is going to
Chomping
potentially
at
die.
this Doom up here.
Oh, yep. Bliss just walks into mines and explodes. In fact, chomping at Doom. Did Roxy? I was about to say, did Roxy
Dead to
also?
Ancients or something.
Did
I've
Roxy
seen.
also die in this fight? Did he just deny
Yes,
himself on
he
the?
died-
he
on
died
the-
to Ancients.
No, he died at the Ancients in the evil GameCube
Dire's bottom
zone.
tower is under attack.
Interesting.
A bit unfortunate. It is sort of a unique
That's,
upside. I hate
kinda
to say
tragic.
I hate to say something like rigged stand-in, but one of the issues with the Dusty team that I've been pointing out a little bit is because these guys can just never play together, they feel like total strangers. But you put Dusty and Vex, who have won a season together, right next to each other right like this, and things get pretty different pretty fast.
BRB muting Bliss.
Same.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
I gotta know, this is for journalistic integrity.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That's soundboards, apparently.
Yeah, apparently so.
On Discord.
Just for the record.
Oh my.
You can lower the volume of soundboards on Discord without muting them entirely. Or just get rid of them entirely. But you can control soundboard volume independently of the people using them.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Just way too slow of a draft versus Brood Visage. They can't really fight until BKB is quote,
No, they
is
can't.
dynamite.
No. Yeah, it's like, especially like the Doom. I think a different pause 3 pick could have helped change that fact for them. Interestingly, they banned out the Pit Lord, I believe. I believe Dusty Team banned out the Pit Lord, which is a bit of a shame. I think that would have helped out quite a bit, just being able to sit on Brood, get rid of a load for damage, stop the mobility factor coming out from these guys, just make no-go zones, get some area
Yeah, you also
control
had
going.
something that Mesh mentioned, 45% currently. Eventually it's 55% and this chance on the Brood Mother E, which is awful for Sven. Like, really terrible.
Yeah, that's true. The Silken Boa is not going to be nice for him to deal with. Something you
So
don't
it's,
think
like,
about because...
it's genuinely impossible to fight before BKB for this Sven.
something you don't think about very often because Broodmother has been reworked 19,000 times, so... Okay, this is a good Grimold. Another good double Rupture. Doom being the man of the hour isn't the most ideal situation. If he's still Doomed, he still got what he wanted done, but he did not get to do that here.
Carving
Ooh.
Vex up. Oh no! Gets away.
He's so low, less than 100 HP. This Solar
Actually,
Crest
they're all getting away.
absolutely saved his life. Dusty building like a support almost. It is interesting. It definitely feels like the way they decided to run this game. Maybe they're unfortunately playing off of, just trying to prey off of Roxy here. But it does kind of feel like maybe they just swapped the lanes and like Dusty was kind of intending to play this as a pause 3, Vex kind of intending to play this as like a pseudo pause 1, and that's how we got here? It's hard to say because, you know, it's weird no matter how they slice it, but so far that's how it's been looking. Bloodseeker.
Okay.
Bloodseeker in a bit of a pickle here, getting bullied by this techies. Oh, he's dead!
The sticky bomb, Adam
Yep.
secures the kill.
Vex
Easy.
gets the revenge. Adam with the typical anti-mage team fight contribution.
They have no God Shrine. This is kind of weird. Okay.
They
It's
have a
very
call
weird
down
kill.
though. It's a great place to do it. Doom comes out on the Visage.
This is like
They get
really
stunned trying to
It's
follow
letting
it.
Vex backline them.
Yeah. All that happens in this entire encounter so far is Vex just eats the gyrocopter. So Dusty is looking doomed here, appropriately.
GS.
Doom takes the kill streak.
Nice silence. Sub to stun. He still gets covered though.
Yep. And Bliss shows his face just expressly to get chased next. And annihilated.
Okay. It's decent. He doesn't die here.
I mean, it's just Vex versus the world at this point. Crawling through an area with a lot of enemy mines and with a very little ability for his team to follow. It definitely does feel like one interesting about this lineup is how tight its fortunes are to this Bloodseeker. Because there is literally one Doom target on this entire lineup, and this guy does not have anything to dissuade it, and probably never will. Unless he decides to follow with a Lotus Orb or something, which will at least make him think twice. So to that end, if the Bloodseeker just suddenly gets annihilated like that, if he just runs into a billion mines and suddenly dies, it can be a little awkward. It's very hard to retreat. Dusty denied the wisdom room with his little bird!
God.
Poor Pages. Gets tipped, did not deserve that. It was so close too, like, it was just a frame late on that deny attempt, and that would have been that. Doom with the Crimson. Finish it up after the last fight. It's gonna at least help
Radiant's middle tower is under
dampen
attack.
down a little bit of that Brood Mother damage output. Dusty is all alone down here. I'm not sure how well aware the Roxyroro team is of that fact, though.
Yeah, the only hero they have version of is the Bloodseeker.
Yeesh.
We're gonna go on him anyway.
Yeah. Rex is gonna crawl through a bunch of mines. Techies is just basically just trying to buy time for his team to get the job done. And for the most part does.
Oh my god, this leash, they can't move!
Yeah, the Doom got leashed to the gyrocopter at a very awkward time.
Doom
Okay.
on the Vex.
Yeah, great timing on the
That's so
Doom.
big. That's massive. Okay, they have a path. They actually have a path right now.
Yeah, this is kinda nuts. This looked like it was going to be such a stomp, and now it feels suddenly very uncompetitive. It's
Radiant's
like
bottom tower is under
just
attack.
multiple times now we've had these scenarios where high-value guys on Radiant just get cut down for literally nothing. I think part of this is just the execution factor on this team. It feels like they kind of have to definitely premeditate setting up a fight. But the problem is it's techies. You know, the Patriots techies here, who, by the way, please level your skills, Patriots. Remember what I told you before this game. The techies in this particular game has been quietly playing, but you know, you saw in that last fight, just mind up the area Vex is about to try and run in from, getting rid of a big chunk of his damage before he even deploys, and distracting everybody, making everybody chase him around. In the lead up into that fight, is just very good play here on the Patriots. The Patriots techies, and I'm not just saying that because she showed up to my server event, I promise.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I gotta say, it is also a good sign for the Roxyroro team. I did kind of think a quiet team does tend to feel, and this is a very quiet team, let's just not mince words here. I have stood on this lineup, nobody says much unless somebody else says something first, right? I think it is very often very easy for a team that has sort of limited communication to fall into a morale bust scenario. They did not let it happen this time. Even with kind of a very morale dampening hero like this Broodmother on the team, it is certainly by no means is this game over. It's still rather in control of the Radiant for a while here. Sven is close to the BKB. First couple of fights with the Sven BKB are going to be pretty big. Everyone is awkwardly hanging around the Roche pit because it's like
about to
15
come here.
seconds. Yep. I gotta say, this whole Roche goes back and forth thing. The more it's I've seen it in play, the more awkward it's just been. Feels like the entire point of this scenario is to just waste everyone's time a lot. Here he comes. Vex wants to get hit by him. Bonk. Like, I cannot think of a single Roche attempt that's ever started at any other time than like 30 seconds to either daylight or nightfall. I don't know how it's happening. Statistically, once in a while it would be the case, but almost every single time there's been a need to be around the Twin Gate or something. Maybe they legitimately did research on how, like, when people play Roche and determined it off that, I don't know. Either way, Broodmother has the
35
Aegis.
minutes, so
What'd you say, Reddy?
it's every 5 minutes.
True.
Daylight to night time cycle.
And yet somehow, every time somebody wants to do Roche, it's been 4 or 5 minutes.
If you press
Ooh,
second,
ooh, they've got Ember Spear in a horrible place. He came back onto an ice path and just kind of instantly died. They got Bloodseeker right back though. Once again,
Roxy
just
is-
so many mines Vex is having to run through here.
Oh man, there's
Roxy's 9-second
dancing
BKB
around
went nowhere.
Roxy's BKB.
Yeah, not great. Oh, double spiders come out here for Vex thanks to the Grimstroke ult in. Okay, 3 down. 3 down, no
Well
Aegis.
played. Super well played fight.
Yeah, the losing the Bloodseeker there is tough, and it's kind of starting to make me think if they let this go on too much longer, it's going to be very hard for these guys to win it. But if they're able
like a
to
Vex.
secure this advantage,
Vex is their main hero right now.
yeah, for sure. If they're able
Oh,
to
like
secure
KD even said in chat, says Brood is the carry, Dusty's utility, Vex 1v5s this. True.
Mother getting
Okay.
jumped here. Mother getting super jumped here. Great ice path. Once again, another really good ult from
Aegis.
Barrel, but unfortunately nobody has anything left
Oh
to
my
do with it. Okay, somebody
God.
suddenly found something. Double rupture here. Spin buyback. Gyrocopter just chased down, annihilated right outside of spawn. Bloodseeker BKB reveal here. Broodmother is the Doom target this time. Doom is just dying in mere seconds. It's not like he's a worthwhile target anymore anyway. They're gonna take him out.
Triple kill.
Oh
Oh no,
Roxy.
he's standing up to a spin with GS. Oh my god. Unfortunate, boys.
Feel a little well said and done here. I mean, I don't think the opportunity's gone. I think this is going to genuinely be one of these games where it's going to have to be, it's going to have to be done to be done. But it is very unlikely that turnaround comes out here. Especially if they just go south, get their megas. That's exactly what they're going to do. Alright,
That's
Adam
it.
calls the G's. We're going home for game 1. No! Barrel Rider! Vex says delicious in stereo. Ember Spirit says this reward transcends expectation in stereo.
Vex
And
Mother is too good or what?
yeah, too good. Yeah, that was a very convincing victory here. The Brood on the no, thank you. The Brood Vex did a lot of good work, but I think you really cannot ignore the impact that the Bloodseeker and the Grimstroke also had on this game. It just all came together here. It just felt like it clicked. These three, at the very least, Dusty, Barrel Rider, and Bliss, do seem to be getting together pretty well now. Maniac is falling well into that. Some of these early kinks for the Dusty team are kind of working themselves out, and you've seen that in this game. But yeah, very dominant performance. My only issue is, man, I sure wish the best impact in this game. I wish this best performance wasn't on our stand-in. Either way,
What can you do?
we'll see what happens in game 2 next time.